Hello and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing let me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when videos go live. So, Sheffield Wednesday didn't get a centre back in the January window like we wanted and needed. And here's the thing, at the weekend we lose Deshaun Bernard to what looks like either a serious muscle or knee injury by the looks of it at the moment. Now, with Akin and Dominic out of well on the treatment table, that leaves us with only one recognised senior centre-back in Michael Awickway. And you've got Autobio who can play that as well. So, there were people who we were trying to get in. We were trying to get a permanent transfer of a championship defender in on deadline day in the winter window, and it got knocked back. Now, that's interesting because there was a lot of names getting banded around and stuff, and we wanted a permanent in place, and we couldn't get it. And it's interesting that we tried to do that. Now, with the fact that we have also left some places free on the EFL squad list, that would say to me that we are potentially looking at some free agents if need be. Now, it was only going to happen if the right quality happens. And this is what Danny had to say on it. Because the market, I said a lot of things. We had to clear profile what we want to have. Some things are not easy. We tried, we hoped until the end that it wasn't possible because some other clubs kept their players or were not looking for this. We had some other options, but then I said just bring a number into the position would not right decision. I said if we could have taken someone, they play today and get injured, it's football. We made a decision, I take responsibility for this. Other players now have to step up in this role. We have some other solutions. I'll have to look and see what bet we can carry on going forward. And that's the thing there. You look at it and you go, it was always going to be a Wednesday thing to happen, wasn't it? We were always going to have this situation where we didn't bring in a centre-back and it was the typical us mentality that, oh, you're not going to bring a centre-back in and we're going to get a key injury to one of our main centre-backs. That just feels like that's the Wednesday way and the Wednesday look as it goes. And the thing is, I would have loved for to get centre-back in the window, but it wasn't meant to be. And I get Danny not wanting to bring in body for the sake of bodies. He doesn't want to bring in someone who might come in but maybe only play 2 or 3 games, maybe 4 games out of the season because he's quite happy with what he got. And it was just a rotation. But at the same time, it's left us so threadbare at the back now. It's not great. Now, you've got to think of, well, though, Autobio, Max Lowe can play in those positions. Shay Charles can play out there. Jan Valerie Palmer can play in that position as well. Is it ideal? And to be fair, Pato can play there as well if you wanted to. You saw 2 solutions today. We can go to a back 5 or we can have a back 4 with Max and Icky. We have some solutions. I said this, you can sign a player and they get injured. There's no guarantee we will stick together and go again. And that's the thing. We could have signed a new centre-back in and they could have got injured and then we would have been in the same situation again. Where we would be like, okay, we've only got Deshaun and Icky or we've only got Icky and the new lad. We could have had that situation happen. It's one of those things. This happens in football. Sadly for us, we always seem to get the rubber the green, which isn't great. And it would have been nice for us to get the centre back in. And the thing is, if we had got that permanent centre back in, we would have been a little bit more solid. But the thing is, when you've got a situation where the clubs don't want to let players go due to X, Y, and Z reason. Maybe they had an issue there. And that's the thing. We might have inquired and gone, hey, we'd like that centre back in. And they might go, yeah, we don't have the squad depth either. And that's the thing you've got. We don't know what other people's situations were in terms of that. And there will have been other players and other options. We know we looked at the Man City player. The Man City player didn't get the opportunity to go out on loan because they had a centre-back situation. They signed, I think they signed 2 on deadline day, Man City, and they want to keep his development in-house. It's the same reason why we not let Matt Neal Charlie McNeil go out on loan. We want to do it in-house, and there's probably going to be some game where there's rotation that could help him get in the 13th squad. I do actually believe we might see a little bit more of Charlie in this second half of the season. But I'd be interested to see what Wednesday do next now. Do we go and attack the free agent market and try and get someone in and try and get them up to speed and get that load in quickly? Because you've got to remember, whoever comes in, if you go for someone who's a free agent, you're probably not seeing them till middle or end of March, because they've got to get that load up. They've got to get that playing week in, week out, playing back to training. Because if you get somebody who hasn't played any football all year, you're going to have to take a long time. And I mean all years in last year. If you get someone who's in, say, from, say there's an American player that's been let go, or so you've been playing in America, their season I think ended in November. There's a lot of other clubs where their seasons have either only just ended, so you've got them having a little bit of football played. Now, again, I don't think Danny's going to try and bring someone in for the sake of bringing someone in. I think he's going to see, assess, and see what happens. I reckon end of February we might hear talks of other players coming in, just because then we'll know what the situation is with certain players, aka how close is Akin, how close is Dom, how bad is the injury to Deshaun. You've got to think, we still don't know how bad the injury is to Bannon. We got a game on Wednesday night. We got to put the game at the weekend to one side. We got to go again, and it's an away game against another team who's in and around it. Swansea, they got a good, I think they got a good win at the weekend, and they're gonna want to keep that run going. But us as a club, also not having that defender there is a big blow. It is a big blow, and I would have liked to see him come in, whoever he was. And it's just annoying because we couldn't get that over the line, and it's the one part of the window I would have said, once you get the players that we have got in, you think, okay, maybe there's room to get that last little jigsaw piece, that centre-back, and if we were greedy, maybe that striker, but it wasn't to be. We can't keep going on about it. It's annoying that we've got an injury at the back now, which causes us to have so much issues, and we're now just going to have to go with it and see what happens. We're going to have to make a do with what we got and try and get players to play in the right positions and hopefully push on. But it's going to be really, really difficult the next couple of games just to have a makeshift back line. Need to get to 50 points as quick as humanly possible. Get to 50 points fast, and then hopefully everything's sorted, because you don't want to get dragged into that kind of scrap, because we've done that scrap before and that's not what we want to do. I don't think we will, but we're still not safe mathematically, so you've got to go with what you can do, and hopefully we can just try and keep pushing.